In this episode of Travels with the Bondi Vet, Chris takes on one of the world's most amazing cities.
I'm in search of the old and the new in this city, Shanghai.
Meets an island local that makes everyone smile.
Key to happiness, it's Quokkas.
Searches for mysterious natural magic.
I'm about to be led into a secret society that I'm sure you never even knew existed. Hey guys, how are you?
And is on the trail of the elusive Aussie platypus.
I'm on my way to one of the most unique underwater experiences anywhere in the world.
China. It's a civilization 3 millennia in the making, and a culture that's impossible to ignore.
Oh, thank you very much. Ni hao.
So I'm flying there direct and with style with Sichuan Airlines. My SNA tour began with China's cuddliest icon, and now we're jumping aboard a bullet train to one of the country's largest cities, Shanghai.
If China is the world's fastest growing economy, then this place, Shanghai, would have to be its fastest moving city. So this is the challenge. Can I keep up, survive, or even thrive during 24 hours in Shanghai?
And a great way to get the lay of the land is with a cruise on the Huangpu River. From out here, you get a sense of a city with two faces, where the ultra-modern exists alongside a time-worn history. And one place with a seriously storied past is the French concession.
It's a part of the city where you can relax, have a cup of coffee, and really chill out. But at the same time, you always feel like the hustle and bustle of Shanghai isn't too far away.
This once French-owned area has a notably European feel and has been the home of gangsters, revolutionaries, writers and ballroom dancers.
Oh, wow. So this is Fuxing Park, and seemingly this is the best way to start your day in Shanghai.
The ballroom dancing is especially popular with the elderly Chinese, who use it to keep active and social.
I really do like the look of this dancing. All I need is a partner. 我和你跳? Yeah. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, it's like we're the only ones in the room or park. We'll always have the park, you and I.
But some take it pretty seriously.
Is there a problem?
But like I said, things move fast in this city.
He really gets around. It kind of hurts me to see you with another man, so I've got to move on.
The daylight hours of Shanghai may have stolen my heart, but as the sun sets, the nighttime hours may just steal your soul. This is the Bund sightseeing tunnel, and like over 2 million travellers before me, it's fast-tracking me under the Huangpu River and into the future.
Kind of feels like you're passing through Shanghai's large intestine while it undergoes some sort of explosive reaction. This is so bad. It is brilliant.
And if you weren't already neoned out, Nanjing Road has it in spades. This is 5th Avenue, Shanghai style. It stretches over 5.5 kilometres, making it the world's longest shopping district, and it attracts over 1 million visitors daily. It's an attack on the senses, not to mention your wallet. And with crowds this big, there's always something unexpected around the corner. But if you survive the shopping here and were in the mood for some real dancing, you can always finish with a nightcap at the Fairmont Peace Hotel. This hotel turned jazz bar first opened its doors in 1929 and hosts the world's oldest jazz band.
How did this jazz band first come to play at the Peace Hotel?
First of all, the Russian jazz musicians were here in the early 30s. Then, of course, in the 30s and 40s, all these great American movies. So they went to music school and they just got hooked on jazz.
Has it always been smooth sailing for these guys?
No, I think they had it tough, particularly during the Cultural Revolution. In those days, things like jazz or music, it's absolutely forbidden.
And faced with a group that have lived through so much, I couldn't help but ask for some pearls of wisdom.
Playing here for 35 years, have you had a lot of girls try to catch your eye?
我那个时候年轻时候倒是有的，现在年纪大了不行了。
Never too old.
No， 认识女孩子呢也不是这个人，你总要开销一点。
I hear you make a lot of people happy by playing your jazz.
就是我们年纪大了，没对社会没贡献，就这点能够让他们开心一点。
Well, on that note, I feel it's my job to give something back to a city that's given me a lifetime of experiences in just 24 hours.
Oh, come on over! Thank you very much.
In 1696, a Dutch explorer named this lovely little island off Western Australia Rat Nest Island, after mistakenly believing its inhabitants were large rats. They're actually quokkas, and rather than rodents, they're more closely related to wallabies. These merry marsupials were recently named the happiest animals on the planet, after smiling selfies of them went viral on social media.
Adorable, but how do you have a pic with the world's happiest animal without looking a bit, well, plain by comparison? So, I'm travelling to their oasis of optimism to see if I can discover the secret to their good spirits.
We're headed 19 kilometres west of Perth to Rottnest Island. There is a regular ferry service from Fremantle, but Pilot Newton's got a mode of transport that's sure to put a smile on my dial. Today, I'm flying over in a chopper to get a bird's eye view of the Quokkas' happy home.
Does going to Rotto make you happy?
Yeah, I mean, I love it over there. It's a great little island destination.
Once we're airborne, it's not long before we see the jewel in the Indian Ocean's crown.
That's her.
Well, I can just see it now.
This little island punches well above its weight in the scenery stakes, with 83 beautiful beaches and bays packed into just 19 square kilometres.
Just look at these reefs, you believe you're somewhere in tropical North Queensland, but you're off the coast of one of Australia's biggest capital cities. Unbelievable.
And it's not just the quokkas who enjoy hanging out here. We're greeted by a group of friendly sea lions.
If you look closely, I think even they're smiling. Just the sight of that water is already starting to make me smile, so I think it's time to have a closer look.
Once on terra firma, you instantly relax and wind back your body clock to island time. No one's in a hurry, so hiring a bike is a great way to get around to all those beautiful beaches. But I'm not relying on the scenery to make myself happy enough for a quokka selfie. There's science behind getting into a good mood.
They say, let the sea set you free. And aside from it being a great inspirational Instagram quote, there is actually some science behind it. You see, the ocean is full of negative ions, which inevitably make you feel more positive.
Not only does the extra oxygen made by breaking waves impart a dose of positivity, snorkelling over the reefs here is sure to ramp up the happiness, with crystal clear waters, friendly fish, and cool underwater rock formations to explore.
All that sea life, all this salt water, it's having an effect on this. I think it's time for my date with destiny.
So my quokka quest continues. No, I haven't stumbled onto the set of the latest Hunger Games film. This is archery tag, and things just got serious. Well, seriously fun. Archery tag was invented in the US by a guy who wanted to shoot people with a bow and arrow without hurting them. The phenomenon soon went global, and it's just arrived here on Roddo. The objective being to either hit someone from the other team or knock out the discs from their target. Catching someone's arrow means they're out of the game.
Oh, if you want happiness, sometimes you can borrow someone else's, which means right now, I'm all out. Oh, yes!
They talk about island time on Roddo, but around here, it's more about the island smile. I've been practicing all day and I reckon I'm ready for my quokka close-up. And there are plenty of them around. It's a strictly hands-off quokkas policy here. But for some reason, these quaint little quokkas are rather reluctant to pose for a selfie.
Get something in your teeth.
And finally, proof.
Kisses first.
Smiles are contagious.
You know, people spend millions of dollars trying to find happiness, wasting their time. The key to happiness is a quokka.
You know, we Aussies are a funny bunch. When something's good, we call it all right. When something's amazing, we say it's not bad. So it has me wondering just how incredible this stretch of bitumen is for us to lose our minds and deem it the Great Ocean Road. Best of all, I'm going to do it in style. Cue montage. Victoria's Great Ocean Road stretches about 240 kilometres down the coast from Torquay to Warrnambool. This is arguably the most iconic road in the country, so it's no surprise that 2 million people jump in their car each year to drive it. But today I've decided to take it all in on 2 wheels rather than 4.
I think what has to be the best thing about taking on the Great Ocean Road on a motorcycle is the fact that it's a sensory overload. You can smell the salt air, you can feel the breeze, and best of all, if you get hungry, just eat some bugs.
While the view may be the big attraction here, this road is also steeped in history. Not only was it built to commemorate those we lost in World War I, it was actually built by the returned servicemen themselves. The drive is an easy day trip, but there are a bunch of towns to distract you along the way. So, I'm taking my time.
That was most certainly not bad, but I've got a funny feeling it could get even better. But to do that, I need to swap 2 wheels for 2 legs and maybe wear just a little less leather.
You see, ironically, some of the things that make the Great Ocean Road truly great are actually off-road. And to help me navigate the road's backstage area is Ranger Michelle. So how long could I actually walk for here?
Well, the Great Ocean Walk is an 8-day hike.
Yep.
It takes you all the way from Apollo Bay to the 12 Apostles.
It's a long trip, isn't it? The walk gives you a chance to get a little sand between your toes on some of the country's best beaches. But the track also takes you through rainforests and bushland. And it's a great opportunity to check out the local wildlife you might not see while you're driving by. Koalas have always been so hard to find for me, but you must be an expert. How do you actually spot them?
Takes a lot of practice to get your eye in, but a few tips are to look at particular trees. They tend to prefer manna gums in this area.
Yeah.
So if you have a look, there's a manna gum right there.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a koala right there.
It's really as simple as that, isn't it?
It is as simple as that.
It's a rather small branch. I don't want to make a comment on his size, but that branch is surely very, very much under pressure in terms of supporting him right now.
I think they're fairly expert at picking which branches are good to sleep in.
The Cape Otway Lighthouse is a popular spot to stop for a breather, but I'm pretty keen to get to the main attraction. Exactly how long to the 12 Apostles from here?
Oh, another 5 days will do you. Yeah.
5 days?
Yeah.
Look, I'm a little short on time, so I have to get moving. Don't get me wrong, the Great Ocean Road at ground level has been incredible, but I just get the feeling it's time to take it to new heights. And I mean, new heights. And this is the guy to get me there. Views from the road and the walk were spectacular, but there's one perspective you'll only get from the air.
What gets me immediately about this coastline is it's just so raw. It is.
And it only gets better when we spot the jewel in the crown, the 12 Apostles.
Even though I've seen so many different photos and postcards of them, actually seeing them for real, they're stunning.
Even though from the lookout you can only see 7, more and more apostles reveal themselves as you fly down the coast. Right till the very end, this 243k stretch of coastline is full of surprises.
I've got to say, I think it's fair enough that as Aussies we lose our humility for just a moment and well and truly deem this to be the Great Ocean Road.
Why am I waiting? Well, I'm about to be led into a secret society that I'm sure you never even knew existed. Their business, a natural phenomenon, betting you've never even heard of.
And while I don't normally get into cars with strangers, for this one, I'll make an exception because Margaret's my contact from Hobart's secret society.
Margaret?
Hello. Let's go.
We're on our way to meet a group obsessed with Aurora Australis, or the Southern Lights. Tassie actually has front row seats to the South Pole's version of the Northern Lights. This amazing phenomena occurs when electrically charged particles from the sun hit the Earth's atmosphere.
Do you remember your first aurora?
Absolutely. I was driving from Launceston to Hobart, and all of a sudden I realized there was this glow to the south, and it's like, wait a minute.
We're going to see auroras tonight?
We don't know for sure. If it was predictable, we wouldn't be aurora chasers.
Yeah.
Margaret's taking me to a special secluded spot. Northwest Bay, 20 minutes drive from Hobart. It's a prime location for spotting an aurora because it faces south.
There are all sorts of maps, graphs, tables of numbers. Is this all for aurora chasers?
No, it's really more for scientists who want to be sure that a big spike of auroral magnetic energy is not going to hit the grid and cause blackouts. From like NASA, from the Bureau of Meteorology, handy.
Well, thank you, NASA.
And while scientists are behind the data, you don't need to be one to check out an aurora. One big indicator is the K-index that measures disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field that could trigger our light show.
You can see the K-index has gone up. It's gone up to 3. 3 means I would be expecting to see something on camera.
Wow.
But not naked eye.
Yep.
And by the look of it, there are some other chasers on the same page.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Oh, hello, good.
Nice to meet you. I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris. Okay, Chris.
Do you mind if I become part of your group tonight?
Welcome. Oh, you're welcome.
What keeps you coming back down here to stare southwards in the hope of seeing lights down there?
The thrill of getting the Holy Grail.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A big part of aurora chasing is having your camera ready because it can capture the faintest of lights that the naked eye can't.
I'll tell you a little secret. My dream has always been to see the Northern Lights, but I'm here now and I've realised that really my dream should have always been to have seen the Southern Lights. And tonight I'm hoping that dream might just come true.
And now the waiting game. A big part of chasing is just watching that horizon.
It's the thrill of the unknown, and often you want what you can't have. So if there's just a small chance there might be an aurora out there, you're willing to stick it out in the cold and hope it appears.
And if you do get to spot an aurora, you can see why. But tonight, for us, it looks like our craving won't be satisfied.
You're staring at these gauges here and just hoping to see the right numbers in the right places, but it's just not happening.
No, unfortunately, some of the gauges are not looking too healthy.
A little bit devastated, to be honest.
Oh.
It's not tonight.
It'll be another night.
It will be.
But thank you for letting me into your world too.
And thank you.
Your beautifully mysterious and wonderful world.
It is, it is.
It is hot out here, really hot out here. And the fact the ocean is about 50 kilometres that way makes the fact I'm in a wetsuit seem even more ridiculous, but I can explain. You see, I'm on my way to one of the most unique underwater experiences anywhere in the world. And right now, water sounds pretty good.
I've travelled to Finch Hatton, 60 kilometres west of Mackay, on the search for one of Australia's most mysterious creatures. The platypus, with its duck bill, webbed feet, beaver tail and otter-like body.
They're so elusive, I have never, ever seen one in the wild. Oh, one more thing. They're also highly venomous. Yep.
And they're hiding somewhere in here. Oliver's Pool, just outside the Yungella National Park rainforest, an area no one knows better than dive instructor Luana.
Luana, this is a different idea. I mean, scuba diving in the rainforest.
I know, it's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Did people think you were mad when you decided to do this?
Totally insane. They said, who dives in the rainforest?
Yeah. There's a snake going across the waterhole right now.
Yeah, it's so harmless, just a tree snake, but there's a lot more lurking underneath.
You've got some mysterious creatures in here, but you reckon this is the best place in the world to see platypus?
Not guaranteed every single dive, but yeah.
The males have a little bit of a kick to them.
Oh, just a tiny bit. What I've got here is a couple of females, so you're pretty safe.
2 females Luana has named Penelope and Letitia, to be exact.
So this is like, what, a bachelorette colony for platypus?
Uh-huh, it certainly is.
Are they going to be OK with the bachelor swimming past?
Yeah, I think they'll be really keen on that idea.
Let's do it.
The best part about this dive is anyone can have a go. No experience required. From 8 years old to 108. It's perfect for beginners. The fallen trees and mossy rocks certainly make for a mysterious underwater adventure. And you need to keep your eyes peeled. Platypus live in burrows, but will come up to hunt for up to 12 hours a day, looking for shellfish, insects, larvae or worms.
Platypus tend to feed early in the morning or on dusk, so our timing's right. We'll just have to be patient.
But in the meantime, there are plenty of other locals to keep us interested. Like this tiny little turtle. And his much larger friend, who's hiding beneath the riverbed. But beware of distractions, because as the sun goes down, you might just miss a glimpse of the main event.
So once again, the platypus has eluded me. It's kind of like my wildlife equivalent of the one that got away.